I've got some stuff I want to show you. I've also got some stuff that I want to cook. Got some more bacon, but this time it's like nice butcher bacon. Got like breakfast sausages, all that stuff. Here's what I kind of wanted to show you. Like I was talking about, this is like actually pretty great cover. The only thing that's really getting through here is just the wind coming in, but even that, it's not a lot really. And then if we look over here where there was no tarp because the tarp was too small, nothing's even getting in because like I said, the snow catches the snow, right? So today I kind of want to deal with something here, fix these gaps in the wall and thatch things and stuff. So again, first thing that I want to do is get the fire going so I can cook that stuff up. I did have some wood that I got a while ago. I just split it up and threw it in the basement. I've been holding on to it for a while, so I'm going to use that today just to elevate my pan, because I brought out cast iron, so that's going to need to be elevated just slightly off the coals. I did bring the pan again, also because I want to make up a little bit of coffee again. We actually still have a little bit of the platform from last time, so we'll build that up again because that worked pretty well. So what I'm looking for is something relatively straight up and down with minimal snow on it, because that'll be some of the more drier wood that's out here. The only problem is if you look, a lot of it is actually from the wind, snow getting on the sides, so it's going to be pretty hard to find. Honestly, like this right here, that's not too bad. All right, so I'll take that back. I just want to break this up a bunch of times. And like I said, just build somewhat of a platform for the already harvest and dry stuff that I brought. So this will kind of be fine. There's still obviously a lot of snow in there, but I'm not too worried about that. Again, we're gonna try to make like a beacon-ish fire. It's not gonna be perfect. I'm gonna put some paper down in there again. It works pretty well. We want a lot of the heat in the center of this. And as it burns, it'll kind of evaporate stuff around it anyways, so that's fine. And I wanna say, the last video, when I was exporting it, I didn't have the audio correct, so it was a lot quieter than I wanted it to be. But I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but I've mentioned it to some close friends. What I'm planning is a extended cut, where I'm going to put all of the episodes together, take out parts that don't really need to be in there, add extra parts that I would like in there, fix audio mistakes that I made, editing mistakes that I made, all that kind of stuff. So I'm most excited for that, honestly. But I want at least like an hour and a half of footage for that. Well, actually, all the shooting that I've done is way more than an hour and a half, but you know what I mean. I want actual usable cuts and everything. I want the video to turn out to be that long. I like these beacon style fires because it allows for a lot of oxygen and air to get in through all sides. I like to use an old mitt or something to have down. It's a really nice like knee pad. Oh yeah, look at that. So I guess I should show you what I have. I brought some nice butcher bacon and some nice butcher breakfast sausages. Once this dies down a bit, or not dies down, but once we get like an established coal bed, I will start cooking on it. So nice. Ooh, too nice. This is exactly what I mean, guys. See how nice of a fire these beacon style fires are? So I'm gonna let this burn really well. And I'll throw on these two bigger pieces so that it'll hold it up a little bit over the coals. It's actually pretty windy today. And this is so nice. Eventually I want to do some camping videos and stuff. I feel like that'd be pretty fun to do. This is nice. This will be my breakfast. So something like that should be fine. It's a little lopsided, but I don't really care. I'm not that worried. It's kind of nice that it's lopsided because it gives the camera a tiny bit better of a view. So first we'll throw on these pieces of butcher bacon and get like a nice grease in there. Oh yeah. That's such a nice cut. We get the old knife out. I can throw on some water in a pot and try to get a little bit of coffee ready. Whoa. So this bacon is totally edible. Now, I usually like my bacon like really cooked, nice and crispy, so this is perfect for me. And so put them down in, you know what? The old LCBO bag will do, just to let them kind of cool off for a minute. And I'll throw on some sausages now. We have some nice grease in this pan to cook on now too. That's why I wanted to do the bacon first, so that we got this nice grease on here. It shouldn't take too long. I'm just gonna have to make sure that I rotate these a lot, and I'm gonna have to make sure that they're really well cooked, because they are thicker than bacon, obviously. So we'll have some of our bacon now. Try some more coffee. See how we're doing. Oh, I'm spilling it all over the place. That's amazing. This is still very hot. Oh yeah. I mean, it tastes the same as it does at home. The bacon's different though. There's something about it. So what I did was actually cut up the sausage into like little nubs, little chunks, just to help it cook a little better, because the fire is so hot and I don't have a rack out here, so I have to cook like pretty much well on the coals. Very good. Yeah. It's drinkable now. I don't like very hot coffee. I don't know how people drink it when it's like a badillion degrees. So now what I want to do is to get some like debris. It doesn't need to look nice. It doesn't need to be clean. I just need debris basically to fill in this and fill in this one down here. So yeah, and after I'm done, when I can, I want to cut all of these down on the back just to make it look more like over here. How you can see that's all cut somewhat the same length. This small piece here will be fine for some filler. This will be fine. Stuff just like that. One chop. This guy's not doing too well. So I don't have the big saw out this time. I just brought the little saw. I think I might want to cut this nub off, just so we have a more flush, usable end. It's a little heavy, that's for sure. just fits. Nice. This is exactly the kind of stuff that I was talking about. So you can take stuff like this, kind of snap it all up into bunches, and just kind of stuff it in here. As there's people that think this doesn't make a difference, there is a lot of animals that will break twigs and take branches and stuff and use them for shelter and den building. So like if you look at a lot of birds do that with grass and really small twigs. Or if you look at beavers, and you see where I'm going. So it does actually help a lot. And obviously it's a little bit of a comfort for them too. I was going to call it an enrichment. That doesn't really fit what I'm talking about. It just kind of provides a little bit of comfort because, again, it's more natural, it's more wild. Now you can see what I was talking about. It makes such a difference. Even though there's gaps and holes in it, which I want to eventually patch up more and add more stuff to it, it still stops a lot of wind. Again, it's another comfort item, so it makes it more wild and natural for them. Now I just got to get down here done. So I think for now, just because it's starting to get a little late, I'm going to be losing light shortly, so I should be heading home. But I think I have a few of these logs, right, that I already got, so I might use them next time. I'm probably going to use them next time. But for now, what I'll do is just lean them all up against here, just to, so they don't like totally freeze over and get stuck to things. Because if I leave them here, it'll also help hold that stuff in a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. And this is not permanent. This is just solely for the fact that I don't want to leave them on the ground where they're going to get covered and I'm going to lose them. Because they're perfectly good pieces of wood, so no sense leaving them just to get snowed on and rotted. So this is definitely going to change. We can see that our little friend was here not too long ago. There's some relatively fresh prints on the ground here. Not sure which direction he's going in. It's kind of hard to tell. It looks like he came out over there or came in from there. The tracks are too distorted to really tell. I'm going to kind of try to be quiet. because I would like to try to see him if we can. I mean, me stomping around in the snow doesn't help too much, but we'll try. This is absolutely beautiful over here. Against the cliffside here, I'm already kind of high up. You can't really tell, but this actually goes downhill, pretty steep. I mean, I guess you can kind of tell when I hold the camera like that. The thing is, I don't really want to step on his tracks too much, because I don't really want to scare him enough to think that something is out here hunting him, or else he might try to relocate. We don't want that. Well, you can see all right here. He's been here very recently too. There's got to be multiple. I'm pretty sure there is multiple, because in the video where I showed you guys that he was living in the thing, there was multiple. There was a family living in there. I mean, these are not dumb creatures by any means. They're pretty smart. So again, I don't want to be disturbing too much around here, because you might get the idea that something's out to hurt him. Although he's seen me a lot, he doesn't really seem too bothered by me. The one time he fell and he let me check him out a little bit, so he's not too scared, but still, I want to respect his space. You can actually see here where he's dragged his belly as he's walking. He's almost made a burrow as he's been walking across here. Here's a better example. Look at that. He's just dragging his gut. You know what, guys? He was just here. Like, really, he was just here. We got a whole bunch of fresh chew marks up in there. Those are all very fresh. And we actually have the shavings all over the ground. So this happened sometime within the last few hours, because it was just snowing not too long ago. So that's very cool. Very cool to see he was just here. You can actually see his little claw marks where he's climbing the tree. This actually looks like one of his main feeding spots. This whole tree is just clustered with his eating marks. So all of those fresh tracks do come into this cave over here that we were looking at last time. I hope the camera's getting this, but we have more tracks. I believe that's fox. You know what? This was pretty recent. I almost wonder if this is when I was working right there. Right there's the den that we're building. This walked, whatever this was, walked up this way, stopped here, was standing in this direction looking over, and then tucked back off that way. So he came and checked us out. And if you, as you can see, there's two, and then two, and then two, and then two. So he must have been like running over to see what we were. Honestly, he could have been after the meat too that we were cooking, because literally it is where he was standing looking in this direction. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 steps away from where I was sitting. So it's gotta be what he was thinking. Wondering if he can get any of that meat. The only other thing that I could think of would be Fisher, because we do have Fisher in the area, and they are pretty nuts. and I've seen Fisher right up in here. I've seen Fisher right up in here. But the only thing that makes me think it's not Fisher is because if you look at the print, we actually don't really have too clear of a print. But if you look at the print, there's not 5 nubs, like 5 fingers. Or at least I think there's not. It's kind of hard to tell. It looks like there's only 4. So that makes me think that it's not a Fisher. I could be wrong. He did come and go in this same direction over here. So he's living over here. And we do certainly have foxes in this area. When I was younger, we actually had a fox for a little bit while it was, or my mom took it in. And it was taken from this general area right here. So it's not outlandish to think that it could be fox. And that was only for a very short amount of time anyways. I don't really know the specifics. Anyways, I am going to pack up my stuff and head home.